Again, if we just want to vlog, a very easy setup. It literally took me just a couple of minutes to set this up. I didn't have to calibrate it or anything like that. But say we're about to do something crazy.
What do you mean crazy?
I could just flip this around.
All right, well, all right.
So say if we want to do something crazy like that. This is kind of the perfect setup to do with minimum setup. And we just controlled it all from the camera.
You're just gonna want it. You're just gonna do that, dust all of my entire body. Okay, take me back to Canada. I'm going home. This is crazy.
Where's the snow?
Yeah, where's the snow? I think I'm ready for snow again.
All right, guys. This is the Movmax Pocket 3 arm. We just sent the Bronco out. We were going about 7 miles per hour up this road right here. And this was doing this. From the screen, it looked cool. What's cool about this setup is I could get my iPhone out. I could control the Osmo Pocket. I could control the gimbal head. This is like a $20,000 car rig system, but it's for the Pocket 3. Some people might think this is silly. I think it's fucking cool at the same time though. Sometimes when I go on adventures, I want to document it, and any little thing that kind of gets in my way makes me lazy enough to not want to do it. This little thing, it's a little suction cup. You just come over here, you put it on your car, you put it on there. You don't have to mess with any of this. It's all, they figured out how to rig it up so you don't have to do anything. Again, with this, I could shoot directly through the windshield and I could vlog through here. I could click the flip thing so that the camera will go and flip at the view. It's insane. The wireless mic directly connects to it. This is like the ultimate off-road cinematic vlog setup here. All right guys, for that first setup you saw, I did not set up the Pocket 3 right to the arm at all. So the way they designed this arm is to hold the Pocket 3. I had the battery attachment plus the tilted cage, so I was adding way more weight to it than it needed to have. The arm did its job though. The vertical axis was balanced, but we still had a lot of like the jello coming from this. So the two options you should use, we have the body clamp, and then we have just like the standard body attachment. We're gonna use the suction cup. You can see my Bronco's very dirty. I do have a wrap on here too, so you're not really supposed to use suction cups on wraps, but we're gonna try it anyways. This is basically like easy waterless wash and wax. It's like quick detailer, I guess that's what you would call it. You wanna get it good because you don't, if there's any dirt underneath the suction cup, it's not gonna work. Last thing we need, I'm gonna throw on my Freewell VND. This is the point if you wanna get like, you know, actual motion blur on there. Yeah, it's a little stressful. You know, if we lose this, will most likely break. So let's not lose it. All right. I'll let you guys realize how cool of a setup this is, because if you're gonna try to do this with like a fancier camera, you have to get a transmission system, a follow focus system. But when you're using the DJI Pocket 3, we could go and we connect via the app. We have our full view here. I could click this button and now we have the front view. So you can see we have full gimbal control. This is what's crazy about this. I can tap this and it'll recenter it, or go back to our face there. Also the setup here, I'll put a link in the description too. This is just a MagSafe thing, so it just goes on there like that. We're rolling on the Pocket 3, rolling on the car. Evan's rolling out of the car. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera here. So guys, that previous test, obviously we're off-road, but now we're on-road, and you can see how stable this is. You can see we're not getting a bunch of crazy, at least from the back of the camera, I don't see any jello, but the camera's definitely shaking. That's gorgeous, wow. Ooh, that's a good test for it. Let's see what these, ooh, that's a good test for it. That's getting really shaken up. There's one other thing I want to check here. On the next pull off, I have a little secret weapon. Let's pull off right here. Let me flip this. So last thing I'm going to test here, I'm going to put on this Insta360 vibration isolator. You see, this thing basically pivots on this little point here. So I think this is gonna help out. If there's any jello left on this, this should kill it. I have no idea if this is gonna work. This actually feels really jiggly. But you can see the arms slanted this way. We want it to have a little bit of air, so I'm gonna take off one of these counterweights here. Okay, so that's on there. Looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. We'll see if this works. Moment of truth. Test, test, test. Like how freaking cool is this? Say if I was like going on a road trip to Arizona or Utah, wherever it's going. Look at this. This is insane. I'm doing a freaking talking head setup through the windshield. Like the production value of this is insane. It doesn't even matter that it's on the Pocket 3 and not like a full frame cinema camera. The fact that we're getting this setup is going to add so much production value to whatever you're trying to do. There's some bumps, let's see how that looks. All right, we'll see how that isolator helped. There's some bumps, let's see how that looks. All right, we'll see how that isolator helped. There's a pothole we could test right there. So say if I want to track the flowers, I'm gonna just use my gimbal. And there we go. You see, we just tracked everything. That was such a sick shot. So if I wanted to pan off to the distance, you can see the view that we're getting out there. We have an obnoxious Tesla behind us. All we need, guys, is an anamorphic lens. Free well. Let's run it. Look at this view over here. So again, I'm just panning the gimbal. Wow, that pan was epic. Big pothole. I feel like this is gonna be pretty smooth now. Here's an epic view. I'm gonna flip it back over. Insane. Just insane. And you guys can see the view out this way. I'm gonna recenter my gimbal again, one click. Now we're back on our faces here. Oh, but now I want this view. I'm gonna flip it, and now we got the view behind us. This is insane. I'm filming a full-on like road trip video here with this little setup here. I can just talk to you guys as if you're right next to us because, you know, I have the mic right on my seatbelt and we're just shooting through the windshield. This is freaking wild. There's a little bit of a pothole. Guys, we're really not pushing this system at all right now. You guys can see this is the lake. For my settings, I have it in auto ISO, but it can't go over ISO 800. The V&D set to 5, shutter speed's locked off at 1/50th. So we're pretty much locking everything in. A little bit crazy. Again, if you're someone that films a lot of car content or overland stuff, or you're vloggers, any of that, you get this cheap little $150 arm, put your Pocket 3 on there, and now you have like a full-on professional gimbal arm setup here. It's pretty wild. So me and pretty much every other 4D owner, we've been daydreaming about having like a mini version of the, you know, Ronin 4D. Well, I think we might finally have the chicken nugget.